An extra from the movie Scarface mysteriously disappeared during its making. But who and why? Find out more in this video, and please subscribe, thank you. In 1983, the American gangster movie, Scarface, starring Al Pacino was being shot, ready for release in December of the same year. The movie was, and still is a huge success, and raked in over $66 million at the box office, a significant haul for its time. But there is also an unhappy incident attached to this movie that often gets placed below the radar. Actress Tammy Lynn Leppard, born in February 1965, stars in a scene of the movie Scarface, as a beautiful blonde girl in a bikini that distracts character Manny in the lookout car, whilst a bloody chainsaw scene in an apartment takes place. Manny takes a shine to the girl and begins flirting with her in what was a truly disturbing scene. Soon after the scene was shot, Tammy encountered something unusual, which is believed to be linked to her subsequent disappearance. Tammy had been in the moderate spotlight from an early age, where she was a Florida beauty queen and model. She took 280 of 300 beauty pageant crowns, and starred in CoverGirl magazine in 1978. Tammy also played minor roles in the movies Little Darlings in 1980, and Spring Break, earlier in the year 1983. It is said that at 18 years old, and with a string of successes behind her, that Tammy was going places, and would have been a huge star. So what happened? After completing the shooting on the movie, Spring Break, Tammy went to a party alone. A close friend, Wing Flanagan, described Tammy as a different person after that night. She then shot her role in the movie Scarface, and suddenly returned home after the fourth day on set. On that day, Tammy had witnessed a character in the movie being shot, and saw the blood packet prop get activated. This scene caused her to have a breakdown on set and cried hysterically. Tammy's mother assumed that her daughter had been afraid of being killed by somebody, and that she had rapidly become deluded. Being concerned for her daughter, Tammy was taken to a doctor for examination. After 72 hours inside a medical center, Tammy was let go, and showed no signs of drug or alcohol use, as confirmed in a doctor's statement. It was a mystery as to how and why Tammy had changed personality overnight, and displayed signs of paranoia, started isolating herself, and was adamant that somebody was trying to kill her. Tammy came to the conclusion that she could no longer work on the Scarface movie, and refused to participate in any further scenes. She was also uncredited in the movie. Tammy's mother said she had snapped and smashed windows in their home, attacked family members, and feared they were trying to poison her, but when Tammy went in for a psych evaluation, the results again showed no signs of drug or alcohol use in her system. The following day, Tammy and her friend went for a drive to the Cocoa Beach in Florida, wearing a blue denim shirt decorated with flowers. Tammy never returned home and was last seen on July 6, 1983, aged 18, 6 months before the release of Scarface. The unknown friend was allegedly the last person to have seen Tammy alive, after he claimed they had an argument, so he dropped her off in a parking lot near Cocoa Beach with no shoes or purse. He was not suspected to have had anything to do with her disappearance, but Tammy's mother, Linda, is certain that she was afraid of this man. Although it has not been verified, Tammy was also suspected of having been 3 months pregnant. Shortly after Tammy's disappearance, Harold Lewis, a Cocoa Beach detective, received 2 unsettling telephone calls from a young woman claiming that Tammy was still alive. In the first call, the woman said that Tammy would make contact when the time was right, and during the second call, the lady said that Tammy was doing what she always wanted, which was going to school to become a nurse. This raised questions as to whether the call was a hoax to put police off the scent, or whether Tammy was so scared of something or someone that she became elusive to avoid her fear, or even pressure of work and fame. There are however some other peculiar theories. Whilst some believe Tammy was suffering from schizophrenia or a paranoid psychosis, which can show up around her age, there was no evidence of a toxicology screen to check her blood for chemicals. Tammy had been cleared for alcohol and drugs, but not for poison. It was known she believed somebody was after her, so why was this not looked into? Another theory is that Tammy went to a party and didn't come back the same person. It was a huge red flag with trauma laced across it, suggesting she may have been sexually assaulted, or let down in some way, which knocked her confidence and shattered her self-esteem, leading her to become traumatized by the event. This may also be linked with the rumors Tammy was pregnant. But the most intriguing theory surrounds Australian-born serial killer Christopher Wilder, dubbed the Beauty Queen Killer. Wilder was linked with the murders of 12 women across the United States, and was active in Florida at the time of Tammy's disappearance. Wilder's mode of operation was to falsely lure women in with the promise of photographing shoots and magazine publicity, then killing them. In 1984, Wilder was shot dead in a police shootout, and could not definitively be linked to the disappearance of Tammy Leppert. In line with this, another potential suspect named John Crutchley, a convicted kidnapper and rapist, who was suspected of killing as many as 30 women, was also linked to Tammy's disappearance, but never convicted of this case, and in 2002, Crutchley committed suicide in prison. Several young female bodies have been discovered in the last 40-plus years, but none have been determined at Tammy Lynn Leppert. So is Tammy alive? Was she murdered, or is there another explanation? Let me know.